Right, so I really want to find out what the difference is between MDF speaker cabinets and birch ply. There's been a lot of reincarnations of classic amplifiers over the years made out of both woods. The AC30, for example, I think it's the CC, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the CC that's made out of MDF, and then the C is made out of birch ply. But what is the difference? Again, Marshall, a lot of cabinets. This is a 1936 cabinet, not from 1936, 1936 is the model, and that's made out of MDF. This is also a 1936, but this is made out of birch ply. So what is the difference? So I want to make this test as scientific as possible to try and remove any subjectivity. Like me, you may have been on the internet and searched, what's the difference between MDF and birch plywood, and there's lots of really useful opinions out there, but everyone, me included, we can all be subjective about things. For example, we might think, oh, it's vintage, it must be better. Well, is it? Why? Is it actually better? Might not be. Might just be unreliable and make a lot of hiss. So yeah, I want to do this and try and remove that subjectivity. So what we're left with is the facts. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to use the same mics in the same position, in the same room, at the same temperature. We're going to use the same speakers. I'm going to switch them out. We're going to use the same amp. I'm going to record a guitar part directly into the computer and then use a reamp box, so we're using this exactly the same guitar part. The only thing that is going to change in between the tests is the speaker cabinet. Everything else is going to remain consistent. So let's just track some guitar that we can then reamp into the amp and then into the cab. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Splendid. So we've got a few mics and wires and things down here, so I'll just show you what's going on. So I recorded the guitar straight in on the SSL. It may have sounded like it was going through an amp, but that's just because I threw an amp sim on it, which I'll take off for the next stage. It's then going out into the radial reamp box, which is then going into my JTM 45 head. I'll use the same head, same reamp, same mics, everything. The only thing that I'm going to change, in speakers even, I'm going to swap the speakers over. The only thing that's going to change in between these is going to be the cab itself. Then in terms of the mics, I've got an SM57 as a close mic, because I'm interested in finding out, how much impact the cab might have over a close mic. I've then got a 414 set a bit further back. The idea is this going to pick up not just the sound of the speaker, but the sound of the whole cabinet. Up here I've got a room mic. That's again a 414 in Omni. difference? I don't think I can. And here's the frequency responses. I've plotted them for you. I've compared the orange is the plywood, the birch ply, and the blue is the MDF. As you can see, this is the close mic. And no surprise here, you know, they're pretty much identical. I thought I'd be saying that anyway. That's the SM57 right up at the grill. This one is the mic that was a bit further out, the 414, that was about 18 inches, 1.5 foot away from the front. Again, pretty much the same. And here's the room mic. Now the room mic, I thought we'd see quite a significant difference, because if the plywood is a lot more resonant, then we'd expect a lot more energy leaking into the room and changing the colour. But actually, again, they're pretty much the same. So, is it all snake oil that MDF is worse than plywood cabinets? Probably is. It's certainly not a deal breaker for me anymore. It wouldn't put me off buying a guitar amp just because it was made out of MDF. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Yeah, hope you find this helpful. Cheers, bye bye.